Let's get it. Woo! Friday night. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show. Let's
go. Let's go.
Presented as always by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Use promo code DNVR.
John's in town. Dude, don't let him see that.
John Moran is here in the house.
That's why I brought that thing with me.
Everybody hide your teenagers.
He don't care about kids. He don't care about buses. You gotta watch your back.
Put him away, though. Dude.
Yeah. It's early for this. Guys, Nuggets Grizzlies tonight. One of the last big games of the regular season.
Bro.
The regular season. One of the last big ones. Measuring stick game. Measuring stick game. Statement game for somebody. And a potential first seed clinching game for the Nuggets. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to do bad We're going to be a little spicy. It's Friday night.
Oh.
We're going to power rank the worst Jokic takes. If you have one, put it in the chat.
I have.
Kale, keep your eye out for bad Jokic takes.
I feel like I know what number one is going to be with a bullet.
Do you really? I don't.
Again, I'm sorry, John. Not with a bullet. With certainty and confidence.
Watch it here. Watch it. We're also going to take a look at some future headlines. I had a dream last night. I saw the future. I know what the future holds. I'll share it with you guys in segment 3.
Is the future shirtless?
What?
Well, that's how most of my dreams are.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a lot of information.
Just a
uncomfortable
question
to everybody. And then, of course, we're going to become richer than anybody could have ever imagined by betting on this game. To help me do all of that, I brought D-Line along.
That's right, guys. I'm here to listen to whatever Dev says, except for when he bets heavily on the other team.
Oh, I can't wait. I know he's going with Ja Morant. He's going to go with Ja. Who else is he going to go with tonight?
They have a Desmond Bain.
They have a both those guys. We're screwed. And then, of course, there he is, Superstar Dev.
I mean, the energy on this show, energy in the bar, this is a big game. It feels like it. I've been ready for it all damn day.
Me
and
too.
we're finally here.
The bar's popping, man. And you know what's funny? This morning we woke up. I don't know if you read the chat, Dev. Yeah, I don't know if you do every day. It's okay. You don't have to say. Keep
it to yourself. Keep it yourself.
You want me to know?
I don't want to know. Vote woke up almost spicy, almost grouchy. He's putting some takes in the group chat, some spicy. I'm thinking, like, we got 2 days off, man. And this is what always happens when there's 2 days off of the game.
Too long.
Your takes just kind of get a little hotter, a little, like, meaner, nastier.
Takes too long. It's true. I honestly, having one extra day off, I was like, I have no purpose in this world. What am I to do?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, it was.
I'm very opposite. When I get a day off, I'm like, let's do this.
We're going to Waterworld.
Let's go.
You know what?
Going to bed.
The Nuggets have 3 more 3-day breaks the rest of the year. So get used to it. I guess I thought this might be the last one. Nope, there's 3 more 3-day breaks. But for the most part, it's every other day the rest of the way here. Let's go over some game notes here, guys. Steven Adams still out. He's been out for a minute. They're obviously a very different team when he's out. But the Nuggets lost to the Steven Adams-less Grizzlies just a week ago.
Why are we talking about old stuff, man?
I'm just bringing up context for the present.
All right.
Also out tonight, Zeke Naji. We knew he would be out. We saw him at practice the other day, which was a good sign, but no update on him, so still out. But surprise, late scratch. Vlatko Cancar is out tonight. Don't love to see that.
Don't love it.
Do you know what that means? So let me go over this real quick. The Grizzlies, number 1 in the NBA at points in the paint. Grizzlies, number 2 in the NBA at fast break points. Number 5 in the NBA in second chance points. Number 4 in the NBA in points off turnovers. I want to highlight points in the paint, second chance points, because you take out Zeke Naji, you take out Vlatko Cancar, you're probably going to put in Jeff Green. Almost certainly Jeff Green's going to play tonight. Not exactly the world's best rebounder. How do you think that's going to affect tonight, not having Zeke or Vlatko and likely going, with that lineup?
I mean, it forces other guys to have to, like Jokic. You're going to have to see him step up in on the boards. Also, that means a lot more Thomas Bryant. They're expecting a lot more from him. And also, I think that they're believing that there's going to be small ball matchups that they're having to negate on the other end. So I do think that it is a difficulty where you have to try to own the glass against a team that's really good on the glass, but they have the guys for it.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, yeah, Uncle Jeff he probably has single-digit rebounds for the year. I mean, Christian Brown has got to maybe get a little time in there. I don't know somebody with a little grit. I don't know.
I mean, you're right. It's funny that I would almost expect him to grab more rebounds.
Yeah. I mean, you just have to hopefully I mean, there's just going to be more staggering, I would imagine. Also, we'll probably see AG, Mr. Nugget, excuse me,
wow.
maybe with that bench unit a little bit, because Mr. Nugget, AG, is important.
Jeff Green on the season has 4 games with at least 5 rebounds. Actually, I'll just say it this way. 2 games with 5 rebounds, 2 games with 6 rebounds. I think he's going to need that tonight. I really do. Brandon Clark, that guy has some hops. That guy has some energy. He plays hard. I just think this is going to be one. And what's exciting about this, and maybe terrifying about this, depending on your perspective, I told you, give Thomas Bryant a week. I think you start to see some progress. Give him a practice. I think you're going to start to see some progress. Tonight, they need a lot of progress from him. He actually becomes, to me, one of the most important players. He needs to clean it. He's not a great defender, but he can rebound. He needs to rebound tonight. He needs to defend at a good enough level, but he needs to limit them. Listen to all those stats I said. Points in the paint, fast break, second chance, points off turnovers. Memphis does not score unless you make mistakes. They capitalize on mistakes really well.
They're a counter team, right?
They're a counter striker, but if you just keep your guard up, then you actually can make them look really, really bad, and they can go through extended periods of cold spells. I think the starters know how to deal with that, especially at home, but I think that second unit, this is going to be a big test.
Yeah, that is, the second unit has been the driving force for Denver all year. They control how Denver looks. If they come out good, if they keep it close, Denver wins those games. If they make it hard, Denver, either the starters have to have a crazy good game, or they have to figure out a way, or they just lose. So it is going to be important for them, especially on a big stage, an ESPN game, where you finally got to practice under your belt. That's something that they had to emphasize. That had to be something that they had to change, because we're getting closer to the playoffs. You're not going to have as many practices. You need to take advantage of those. This was the first opportunity for that. Big game for Thomas Bryant and Reggie Jackson.
This is a practice game, right? This game means a lot, but it really doesn't mean that much, truly. It does, obviously. You want to put as much distance and have as much assurance of that number 1 seed, because the Denver Nuggets need to get home court advantage throughout the playoffs. They just need to.
Throughout the West or playoffs?
Take the playoffs.
They're 2 games behind Milwaukee. I mean, it's doable, but
most certainly the West. I would love the playoffs, but most certainly the West. So you can't really take any games off, but their mindset has to be we have to figure this bench out in whatever context that means. We don't need to get all 5 guys on the bench working together as a cohesive unit, but we need to find a way to make sure that Nikola Jokic doesn't have to play an entire game to give us a chance. There can't be just times when the other team can lick their chops now's the time to make hay. So they need to, that is the most important thing heading into this playoff time.
Another interesting wrinkle with this game, the Nuggets had 3 days off from their last game. They got 3 days off till their next game. This is a nice, cushy little middle section that they get
do?
Here. Yeah, they don't play on Monday.
What am I supposed to do?
Well, it's a weekend. It does help. Saturday, Sunday.
It doesn't help. All that means is I don't get to come to work.
I don't get to come to work. Listen to this, man.
Well, at least during the weekday, I'd be like, well, I got to go to work. On Saturday, I'm just going to walk around the neighborhood.
Touch grass, man. Go outside. Look at the birds.
There's no grass.
I told you what I saw earlier. 2 bald eagles cartwheeling. I told you about that.
I'm despondent.
They were cartwheeling. That's where they hook their talons like this and spin in the air like that. It's actually really, really cool.
I would have said, hey, I saw 2 birds falling from the sky.
I saw 2 bald eagles die.
It was crazy. They hit the ground.
So the reason I bring up, though, all the rest is that I think that Jokic might play 36, 37 minutes tonight. I don't think it's going to be a playoff 40 minutes, but you're rested.
You mean a playoff 60 minutes?
Yeah, it's not going to be the 60 minutes we've seen, 65. Don't sell them short here. But I think why not play those guys 36 minutes tonight, 37? Give them a bit of an extended run. I think this is the perfect chance. And as we've mentioned, this is the game that separates you. This is season series tied 1-1. Okay, Nuggets are coming off the blowout loss a week ago, but they had a blowout win.
They had a very I wouldn't have blowout, but it was a very convincing win against the.
I mean, they were up 20 points in the first quarter.
Sure,
but here's the thing: the Nuggets are 4 games up in the loss column right now. If they lose, they're only 3 games up because the tiebreaker goes, to Memphis. So tie record goes. But if you win tonight, you actually go 6 games up. because even if you tie, you still win the tiebreaker. So this is a 3-game swing.
It is big. It's very big.
A 3-game swim. You can win the number 1 seed tonight. Michael Malone, he says, tonight is always all about trying to be the best version of ourselves. We're not overly concerned with the matchup. We are still at the point of the season where we think if we're focused on the things we do. I don't think that's coach speak, by the way. Sometimes you think like, oh, do you game plan? You get 2 days off. How much do you adjust? He still believes it's about us refining, Denver refining what they do. He says the Grizzlies, what makes them so tough is they're so long that they shrink the floor. They pack the paint, but they're so quick to get out and challenge shooters. So it's very rare to take away the paint and the three-point line, but they do it because they're so athletic and so long. And then he said of Jamal Murray. So he was asked about Jamal Murray and where he's at. I love this answer. He says, Jamal Murray, the key for him is how locked in is he. He says when right before the injury, right before the All-Star break, he said he was the most locked in he'd been all year. Hitting shots. He could say, but it's not just score. He said it's not just shooting. He said he was doing everything. He was assists. It was rebounds. It was defense. He was locked into the assignments. He thought when he came back from the injury, that was one of the things that was missing, is that you could tell he wasn't quite as locked in. He thinks this last game represented that re-locking in.
This is the Jamal Murray experience. He gets locked in. He becomes otherworldly. You're like, oh, bro, this is it. Jamal is him. He hit that new level. The ceiling is the sky, and the floor is the ceiling. And then he gets hurt, and then you're like, oh, he's a rookie again. We're starting over. And then he this is what it is. I don't know why it is like this, but it always is. I mean, like a lot of players are that way. You miss time, you get rusty, and then you have to work your way back for whatever reason. Like Jamal's inconsistency is like something that is just what it is to watch Jamal Murray. Like we're all hoping that, and it seems like once he gets locked in, that he is extremely consistent. So, is this mental? I have no idea. Like, I would love if this man gets to that place where he just is a stone cold killer. You can count on him every night to just be what he was, if not in the bubble, at least like in the most productive times when he and Jokic are running that 2-man game. That's deadly for all of the teams in the league. So hopefully we're back again.
Yeah, what we're seeing is it does appear to be a mental thing because originally it was just about, hey, can I come back into playing after spending so much time off? Then it went back to, can I get back to myself? Can I mentally play back-to-backs? Can I go through a break? And that's what we just saw right now is he did kind of re-injure himself or just have a new injury, took some time off, looked rusty when he got back. Last night, or the last game, was him saying, okay, I take some time, I get back right. Now he's back to locked in, or I feel like this is a game to prove if he's locked in, because we've seen we've had the barometer of if he's truly back. He's answered that because he's showed it a lot of times in a row.
Has he? Yeah, where are we right now with the barometer? Do we know for sure? I don't like Dev just throwing things out. I like to be more scientific on this show. Okay,
I feel like we've proved that he's back, and we have that to prove it.
Is Jamal back? Let's be scientific.
What's the real question?
Is Jamal back? Let's find out. Oh my God, I'm so nervous.
Left or right? He looks so.
I'm so nervous.
Is he looking for the other graphic?
Is he looking for the other graphic?
All right, wow, really hanging us with bated breath here. What a great segment here. Wow.
Torturous.
You know what? We don't know. We'll find out together.
This is why you watch sports. You don't even know. You can't be scientific about sports.
Well, he'll be able to prove it tonight.
He's back.
He's so back.
Guys, I don't know if you've been on the internet lately.
No.
Or if you've been watching the television. In particular, ESPN. And in particular, our old friend, Richard Jefferson. But he dropped a brand new bad Jokic take today. He had a brand new one, hot off the presses. You guys ready for it? Jokic doesn't get hockey assists. Actually, I think what he said was Jokic never gets hockey assists.
Could you just say who said it again so we could be pissed off at him together?
It's Richard Jefferson, former Denver Nugget Richard Jefferson, who, oh, by the way, in town tonight, calling the game.
Can I say my favorite or my least favorite thing about Richard Jefferson, but maybe this goes to all bald people. Who decided that it was a good look to make your bald head as shiny as possible? Why do you want to treat
Man, I can't
Why do you
believe
want
it.
more attention on your big bald head? Every time I see it, I see his gleaming bald head while he's delivering terrible takes, and I'm like, why? I can only look at the top of your stupid head. Why so shiny?
I got it. The crowd's going to get mad at me. There are some good trolls out there who every now and come in with a good troll where I almost respect it. And I have to give it to our sworn enemy, Spike Eskin, 2 years ago or so, came up with the Denver should be banned because they have altitude.
Yeah.
And so many people fell for it. They're like, are you being serious right now, man? And I almost tipped my hat because I'm like, it's so absurd that and I can't believe, whatever. So I grade that one good. I'm like, good job, man. You came up with a good trap, and I can't believe people fell into it. Jokic doesn't get hockey assists. How do you rate this as a hot take on a scale of 1 to 10?
It's more so of what the hell are you watching?
Yeah,
really.
I think it's a troll. Come on, it's a troll. There's no way he
truly. He knows that there's hockey assists there. Especially him. He has watched Nikola Jokic up close and personal.
I swear he wasn't watching the games.
There's no way he was. But also, even as an analyst, I really do feel like Richard Jefferson loves he loves basketball. He loves the game. He knows, he gets to see what type of team this is.
He played with them.
They've built themselves off of making the extra pass, setting other guys up. For you to say that's not only a take or a knock at Jokic, it's a knock at the way that Denver has put their whole scheme together. Their entire offense is built off of the extra pass. So how do you say there's not a hockey assist? This is a guy that sees plays before they happen. It happened so much we don't even talk about it anymore.
I need somebody to explain to me why it's bad that he wouldn't get hockey assists first off.
I know. Well, I think he's saying that again, it's actually a subset of he pads his stats because the team just shoots when he passes. But here's the thing, statistically not true. Yeah,
they're wide open. But I don't understand, man.
The Nuggets are third in the NBA in passes made. Third in the NBA in passes made. But yet he thinks that only Jokic has the ball and he passes.
I can't get riled up about hockey assists. I don't even understand it.
Here's the thing. I give this one a 7 out of 10. I think it's so creative.
It is creative.
You know what I mean?
No one in the NBA has ever been trolled about hockey assists. Hockey assists may be the dumbest stat in all of sports.
Well, especially to try to use it against a person. You don't even get hockey assists, bro.
Yes, I do. Well, what? Hold on.
You're like, I apologize when I pass it to people. They're wide open for baskets.
All right, 7 out of 10. Jokic pads his stats. How is this for a trollish Jokic take? Again, we're grading it on badness. So
this is
higher
this
is
is
the
this
good
is a full
it is
9 out of
bad.
10. This is a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10, yeah. It hit. It hit the target. This was a direct hit.
There have been 1 or 2 times where it's Jokic, he wants to get the assist.
Right.
It is
life.
That is not a full 10, but it is to the way that it is described. It's used to say that all of his stats are meaningless because he goes about getting stats in a way that is more important than the success of the team. And to that end, it is the most insulting way that you can evaluate Nikola Jokic's game. 9 out of 10.
I also think it's a 9 out of 10 because what we've seen is when he gets a triple-double, they win games. So it's you're trying your hardest to win that game.
Dude, I know.
It's what are we talking about here? It's not as if he's just going out there and he's like, hey, I'm just going to spend this, late in the games, I'm going to spend this entire time grabbing 15 rebounds. If he can control the game in that type of way and still win the game, then you need to change the game. Larry Bird came out and played a full game left-handed.
God damn.
That's a message to the competition at the time.
We got to keep this moving. I know you got more.
Just really quick, what makes me crazy? Then people will say just don't watch ESPN. I haven't watched fucking ESPN in a year. These things find you.
Yeah.
They find me. I don't want to see them.
Jokic doesn't play defense?
This is a 6 or a 7 out of 10 because sometimes he does not play defense.
Yeah.
It was not that
bad. He's white.
That's my worst one. Sorry. That's my worst one. Because it's what?
I'm so glad.
Nobody says he's good for a black guy. He's good for, you know what I mean? You don't say those things. So how do you say it for a white guy?
I'm glad you answered this first. I was afraid I'd be like, it's a 10, and you'd be like, it's a 2.
Yeah, really, I think that there's something to how he's defended, not on the court, but Harrison, if he's the one that's going to bat for him, that's an answer. But as far as like saying that he's only good and people only like him because that's one of the worst takes that you could ever. I'm a black guy. I don't know if you guys noticed.
Whoa, this is the first time hearing this.
I'm a black guy. You think that I'm just like, man, I love Yoke because
I know
that skin.
I know
that skin.
I love that, but I also love the idea in all of the world, in every arena, that we would look at NBA basketball as a place where the black guy can't get a fair shake. It's a white man's league. Everyone knows it. It's so much easier for a guy like Nikola Jokic to come over and succeed in NBA basketball.
He's never played well in the playoffs.
Oh, this is so 10 out of 10.
It's so good. It doesn't matter if
you just didn't care at all at this point. You're just you're throwing shit out of your ass. Is what's happening here. You don't have anything. You're like, what else do I have? I seen a guy on fire. On a street corner.
Yeah.
They were like looking to like ways to like get the fire off him. They threw a bike at him. That's what I feel like this is. You just threw a bike at a guy on fire.
Wait,
to get the fire.
Hold on, I need to back up. What? You saw a guy on fire? Wait, whatever. You're right, though. A bike, very inefficient at putting out a fire.
I just found that out.
And it doesn't make any sense to say that Jokic is not good in the playoffs. He's literally his best self in the playoffs.
Well, if that were true, this next one wouldn't be... he loses in the first round every year.
Yeah, this is true, except for that's happened one time. It started off with him going to the... No one acknowledges he went to the Western Conference Finals. Yeah. It happened in the bubble. I do the same thing about dismissing the Lakers championship, so I can only be so mad.
He only lost in the first round once to the champs.
Yeah.
And without two of his co-stars.
You might as well add in something that says like he doesn't know how to perform when his team is down a lot in the playoffs. As if they weren't down 3-1 multiple times. How do you say he doesn't go to the next round?
He never comes
back. They have
back.
3-1 multiple times.
Yeah, Jokic in elimination games is actually fantastic. He played a lot of them. And then last ones, the players know the truth. That's why they picked him last at the All-Star. The players know.
Meanwhile, he got the second highest votes from the players going into the All-Star. No, the worst take is when people say like, oh, well, he got picked second to last. He would have been picked last if he didn't pick himself in the All-Star game. How can that be your best player?
Players know, man.
Meanwhile, that's like saying like he got picked last to play dodgeball or something. It wasn't fucking basketball they were playing in the All-Star game.
Guys, Eric got too heated in this one. We don't have time for future headlines. Only I will know the future. It's a bummer. I wanted to share the future.
Here's
with
a future headline.
you.
Eric quits this show.
Eric walks out in anger. So instead, I have to throw it to Superstar Dev, who's going to open up the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make bets on the Grizzlies.
Truly, what do we have here? Who can we bet on? So Denver comes in this game as 6-point favorites. Wild to me. It started at 4. I'm a little shocked about this one just because it started at 4. They just lost to this team by a ton. You know, like that was a beatdown. So, I mean, I guess they know that Denver's going to respond back at home. Also, you get Aaron Gordon back, so they're closer to their real look. I'm not going to go anywhere with 6. That's just a lot of points either way. So I'm just not going to go there. Over, under. I like fireworks. I think that this is going to be a higher scoring game. Because I have a lot of overs in this game, I think that makes sense on why I would go over 234. We'll just go to the player props. When we go to Memphis Grizzlies, they have Ja Morant's points at 27.5.
He's got a face mask on.
He has a face mask on. I didn't even know he broke his face. I thought his hands hurt from
He must have gone to the mall.
So I'm going to go under 27.5 points for him. I just don't think he gets it. It's a lot. While I go under on him, I do like Desmond Bane. I think that he is going to get his points.
I took
20.5.
Desmond Bane, my guy, and I'm not going anywhere near him.
I like it. I really do like it.
Desmond Bane and MPJ would have been a good R&B duo.
Oh,
in the 90s, that would have been the best R&B duo.
It's just like a duo, the long arms and short arms together. Like,
you know what I really do think happens in this game? I think that Jokic is not going to try to get a triple-double.
Deliberately so?
I think he's going to not try to get a triple-double.
What?
So I'm going to go... the option is triple-double, I'm going to say no. I don't think he's going to try to get a triple-double.
You can't bet no, though, can you?
You can bet no.
You're gonna really? I don't
Yeah,
want
you
to
can
make
bet
that
no.
bet.
But
That's
you could
not-
do under on assists. I think that the under on assists is what I would go with.
Really?
The reason that I'm going to do that, I just think he does it in different ways. So we'll come back to that because it's going to be my lock. As far as threes, over 2.5 Jamal Murray threes.
Yup.
It's way too low for a guy that's trying to break a record.
Not that good a
I don't
juice
think
though.
that they're serious. So you go for the 3 or you add it to the
Okay.
4
All
because
right.
he's gonna gun. It's also on TV. This is him trying to be locked in. He's going against John Murray. Like, I really just think that they knew what last game was. They want to show up. So I do like the threes.
Jamal Murray, 4+ threes. Do we like 4?
Yo, we're going to. I have a same game parlay.
Hold on. We're gonna get to that. Let me just
Okay,
get my
all right.
two
All right,
two
listen,
more out.
Fine.
Sorry,
It's
sorry,
fine.
sorry. Points, rebounds. This is what I really like. Points, rebounds for Nikola Jokic, 35.5.
Pad.
Smack that. And for the lock,
Oh,
the lock,
what?
Jokic points.
Woo.
I think the reason
Pat,
he's not
pat,
going to get a
pat, pat,
triple double,
pat.
he's going to say, "Hey, you guys think I'm padding stats? Let me show you I can score every
I think
single
you're
time
right.
if I
you're
wanted
right.
to." I want to get points. You guys want to see what it looks like when I try to score every single
Score
time.
100 points
This is
tonight,
against
Nikola
the guy that
Jokic.
you guys are saying is leading the defensive player of the year. Watch what I do to him. I think this is going to be a monster points game for Nikola Jokic. Points and rebounds, you might as well put them both together. I love it.
Woo, that's some fire. All right, here's my might miss parlay
Could
of
miss.
the game. I've got 2. I've got my parlay of the game. Jamal Murray, 4+ 3-pointers made. This man wants to break this record. He will be gunning.
Man, if you really believed it, though, you'd go 4.
4+.
Oh, wait, is that you went 4?
4+.
I'm in.
I'm also
so in.
taking 1 KCP steal. I'm off Jokic steals.
Okay.
I'm on to KCP steals. Yes, Nikola Jokic is going to get a triple-double. He's going to do both, Dev. And then I've got Michael Porter Jr., 2
Wait,
three-point.
you put triple-double in there?
Yes.
God damn it.
Then I got Michael Porter
This
Jr.
is spicy, man.
Then I got Michael Porter Jr. with 2 3-pointers made.
Hold on. You're going so fast, man. You got people
running out of time.
People are trying to bet this with you. All right, yes, triple-double. All right, what else?
And Nikola Jokic, 1 3-pointer made.
Jokic
That
a
will
3?
net you plus 675 in this life.
Did you have MPJ in there, too, or no?
Yes, 2 3-pointers made by MPJ.
And then Jokic at 1-3 made.
1-3
So my odds on this one are plus 675?
plus 675.
Man, that's a good bet.
And then I have one more parlay that I feel like must be made. It is colloquially
Wow.
Man, that didn't go well at
Yeah.
all, did it?
Yeah.
You know what, Scree? It's nicknamed the Mr. Nugget Parlay, dude.
Let's go.
I'm going to go for Aaron Gordon, Mr. Nugget, over 12.5 points. Very modest.
Okay.
Working his way
All
back
right, yeah.
in. I'm going to
Gotta
go
go slow.
Aaron Gordon, Mr. Nugget, 1 3-pointer made. Very modest.
Very modest.
And Aaron Gordon, Mr. Nugget, over 4.5 rebounds. Very modest. All 3 of those together will net you plus 155, a very Mr. Nugget type number. It feels great.
It does feel great. I'm in on all of those. That was fun. We got to do a Mr. Nugget. This is the first game as Mr. Nugget, so I'm excited to cheer for him. Guys, should be a great one. Oh, we got some super chats. Let's get to them. John, the homie says,
homie.
KG with the take. Is Jokic that good, or is it just the system?
Oh, a system.
We never got a
System center?
It's the system, man. It's the system. He is the system.
He's
no
just-
one else can duplicate it. He's that effing good.
Oh.
It is so true. Like, this is system. Why don't they just run anybody? Like, why?
Yeah, just put Thomas Bryant in that
Yeah,
center
get Clint
spot.
Capella running the system, man. Just get him.
It's Michael Malone. He's the genius.
That's so true, man. Ryan says, give me the 20-20-20 tonight and not stat padding quotes after. At DNVR Sports Forever.
Love it.
All right. Then we got Dave, who says, just got a seat downstairs at the bar, and it dawned on me. Would be really great to be able to hear the pregame show down here right now. Well, we're working on it, man. We're working on it.
We're
What do you
morons. We don't know how to do anything.
We don't know how to use, like, the aux, and then there's, like, the volume.
Yeah, does anyone have a cord?
Does anybody have a cord or something, man? All right, guys, that does it for tonight. Should be a fun one. Nuggets, Grizzlies, big game. Let's all get excited. See you in the
Let's
postgame.
go.